This month on Star Times, and the drama never lets up. Loyalty is tested in a war for power on gangs of Manila. When blood and truth collide, truth tests loyalty. Welcome to Sagrado. Watch Gigi's ruthless quest for justice in beautiful revenge. Experience the epic love story of Rama and Sita in Ramayan. Two sisters, one destiny. Together, they are unstoppable on Divya Drishti. Renew your subscription for 2 months on your current bouquet and we'll upgrade you to the next high bouquet absolutely free for 2 months. Don't miss a single heartbeat. Stream all your favorite channels and shows on Star Times on Star Times. Enjoy digital life.
Good evening and welcome to Catholic Focus. I'm Maureen Kimani and our sign language interpreter is Charity Ngema. Pope Leo XIV, during his weekly general audience, reflected on Jesus' arrest in the Garden of Gethsemane, stressing that Christian love is not evasion but a courageous decision to embrace suffering with hope and purpose. Our reporter Perry Swangombe with more details.
In a powerful message delivered during his Wednesday general audience, Pope Leo XIV drew from the Gospel account of Jesus' arrest in the Garden of Gethsemane to offer reflection on the meaning of Christian love and hope.
Jesus is not seized. He lets himself be taken. He is not the victim of an arrest, but the giver of a gift. In this gesture, he embodies a hope of salvation for our humanity. To know that, even in the darkest hour, one can remain free to love to the end.
The Pope emphasized that Jesus, far from being a victim, freely chose to give himself up, not out of weakness, but out of love. This act, he said, reveals a deeper truth that hope is not found in the escaping pain, but in embracing it with faith and love.
Jesus reveals that God's presence is revealed precisely when humanity experiences injustice, fear, and loneliness. Right there, the true light is ready to shine without fear of being overcome by the advancing darkness. In the middle of the night, when everything seems to be falling apart, Jesus shows that Christian hope is not evasion, but decision. This attitude is the result of profound prayer, in which God is not asked to spare us from suffering, but rather to give us the strength to persevere in love.
Concluding his catechesis, Pope Leo urged believers to adopt the Gospel's logic, to give freely, love fully, and trust that even in the deepest suffering, God's love remains, planting seeds of eternal life.
Jesus lived every day of his life as preparation for this dramatic and sublime hour. For this reason, when it arrives, he has the strength not to seek a way of escape. His heart knows well that to lose life for love is not a failure, but rather possesses a mysterious fruitfulness. Like a grain of wheat that falling to the ground does not remain alone, but dies and becomes fruitful.
Reporting for Catholic Focus, my name is Peris Wangombe.
Hundreds of worshippers converged at St. Raphael Nguruka Catholic Church in the Gaya Parish to witness a rare celebration of enduring love, faith, the Golden Jubilee of Dr. Alexander Njue and his wife Irene Wanyaga, marking 50 years. Onuso Yvonne has the details.
In the Gaya Parish to celebrate the Golden Jubilee of Dr. Alexander Njue and his wife Irene Wanyaga, the couple who have shared 50 years of marriage were honored in a vibrant spirit-filled mass presided over by Reverend Father Paul Kinyua of Mbiruri Parish and celebrated by 5 priests. The celebration drew family, friends, and fellow faithful, all united in joy and gratitude.
Hata dini hamkai kama mko 50, kwa hivyo umekuwa kielelezo jema kwa wengine, na tutaomba Mungu azidi kuwabariki, kuwajaza mema na baraka zake, ili muendelee kuwa mfano mwema kwa familia zingine. Kwa wale wote ambao tumehudhuria siku ya leo, tukaomba pamoja nao, na vile vile tukawa mashahidi ya wao kutia upya zile nadhiri zao walizomwekea Mungu na kati ya kila mmoja wao. Basi kwetu tusome kutoka kwao, yawezekana. Tusione kama ni magumu vile watu siku hizi unakuta mpaka kule kwa mitandao watu wanaonyesha vile ndoa iko ngumu siku hizi, vile uaminifu hauwezekani. Kupitia kwa wazazi wetu twasoma inawezekana ukiwa na Mungu. Tumweke Mungu katika familia zetu, katika ndoa zetu, katika miito yetu, na tutaweza kufaulu. Asanteni, mimi nawaidia sala zangu, na nani kwa vile sasa kwenu sasa hakuna kulea, kwenu sasa hakuna kazi mingi, mtukumbuke katika sala.
Staying together for 50 years is no small feat. It speaks of deep love, sacrifice, and a commitment to God. This couple is a testimony that true Christian marriage is possible, even in today's challenging times. Reverend Father Emilio Mbogo, delivering the homily, spoke passionately about the pillars of a lasting union: love, forgiveness, faith, and responsibility, urging couples to walk closely with God.
Today, as we celebrate this great day, tunaposherehekea siku hii kubwa ya Mr. and Mrs. Joy, tujue kwamba wanatuonyesha mfano wa hayo maisha. 50 years ni kumaanisha kwamba wana hata wajukuu, si ndio? Wako na nani? Na wajukuu. Hawa wajukuu wanawaona babu, nyanya yao wakiishi kwa furaha na wanapata matumaini katika maisha. Wanaona hata sisi tunaweza, na hiyo furaha wanayo wakisherehekea hii miaka 50, na katika maisha yao wanaipitisha pia kwa wajukuu. Na hiyo chain of goodness, that chain of happiness, that chain of joy will not end with those grandchildren.
Let love be your foundation. Nurture it with patience, feed it with understanding, and guard it with prayer. Attendees described the event as both uplifting and inspirational, a living witness to the beauty and possibility of Christian marriage. A golden milestone for a remarkable couple, and a timely reminder that with love, faith, and prayer, marriage can not only survive, but truly thrive. Reporting for Catholic Focus, my name is Onuso Yvonne.
And as Capuchin TV, we say congratulations to you, Mr. and Mrs. Njue. In other news, Kitui County Education Director Dr. Halif Isaac has announced plans for a joint initiative with the national government to establish clear guidelines for night learning programs known as CASHs in response to growing concerns over student safety and discipline.
we have shared with the security apparatus here, the county commissioner and his team. If we can control through chiefs, night caches should not be allowed in Kitui because it's a threat to our children and our performance. Last year, over 19 students delivered, and we had to bring exam to level 5, Kitui level 4, Mwingi. Those girls had gone through a lot of pain and problems. Pregnancy and delivery is also difficult and punishment for children. So we'll discourage that. So parents should take part. Religious communities should also take part. There are several schools which are sponsored by Catholics, by AIC. The role of the sponsor is for spiritual nourishment. We want to see those schools performing in terms of moral development and the nurturing of children in faith. That's what we expect from them to do. Parents also should take up their role and play, because it's not only schools that are going to take care of children.
Former Chief Justice David Maraga is raising the alarm over what he terms a deliberate cover-up of massive fraud at the Social Health Authority. Maraga says millions of shillings have been lost to ghost health facilities, even as the Ministry of Health denies the allegation. David Kiprotich has more.
Addressing journalists on Wednesday, Chief Justice Emeritus claimed that the Kenya Master Health Facility Registry portal was pulled down this week in what he believes is an attempt to conceal fraudulent transactions. He noted that the authority has been channeling millions of shillings to health centers that do not exist or have ceased operations.
Fellow Kenyans, something dark and deeply disturbing is happening in our healthcare system. Only yesterday, the Kenya Social Health Authority's website went dark. The Kenya Master Facility Registry also vanished. This is not only a cover-up of heinous crimes against Kenyans, but also a gross breach of Kenyans' constitutional rights, as these are sites that keep and verify government records on hospitals and healthcare centers. This comes after revelations that hundreds of millions of shillings were dispersed to ghost facilities and non-operational health institutions across the country.
Maraga also accused Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale of giving contradictory information to the public, insisting that some of the closed facilities flagged in May were still receiving payments in June, July, and August.
Prior to this, the Cabinet Secretary for Health had indicated to Kenyans that the ghost facilities were closed in May, yet there is evidence that they continued to receive public funds in June, July, and August. The question that remains in the minds of many Kenyans is this: how can such a brazen and persistent theft of public resources be normalized by the government and explained away as an oversight?
He is now calling on the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission to investigate SHA officials and senior health ministry administrators over what he termed as the institutionalization of theft in government health insurance.
And what we are asking EACC to do is, who are those involved and why has action not been taken, including action against the minister? The authorities concerned should know what to do about that. The EACC has powers to investigate those kind of crimes. All that the president is supposed to do is to disclose to EACC the raw intelligence information he has for them to investigate. He is under duty. He is under duty under the Constitution to have those people prosecuted. In fact, the whole back stops at his door. All this, SHA is something he has urged Kenyans to get into. So he knows the whole system. So when all this is happening, this is not happening without his knowledge. So action must be taken. And that's what, in my view, the Kenyans are demanding.
But Health CS Aden Duale has strongly dismissed the claims, branding them as propaganda and blackmail by what he calls saboteurs of reform.
A deeper look at the fraudulent activities. The healthcare fraud is a global problem, draining an estimated 3 to 15% of the healthcare expenditure annually. In Kenya, the Association of the Kenya Insurance, AKI, reports that fraudulent claims account for 30% of all payouts. This isn't just a challenge for us at the Social Health Authority and the Ministry of Health, it's a systemic menace. Our rigorous enforcement is a necessity, and let me say it's not an option. You are telling us information that already we have. But we want genuine Kenyans who come to us every day, who report to us every day, who have become our whistleblower, and what they tell us is exactly what our system, our forensic auditors have picked. So, good people, me and the men and women who work with me here, we have one serious obligation. We will fight fraud, and we will provide free, affordable, accessible healthcare.
The storm comes after SHA pulled down its claims payment portal and the Master Health Facility Registry, moves that have only deepened suspicion amid mounting public anger over runaway fraud in the government's healthcare scheme. Reporting for Catholic Focus, my name is Kiprotich David.
In other news, Vuta Primary and Secondary School in Machakos are set to receive new infrastructure worth 51 million shillings funded by the Mpesa Foundation in a bid to improve learning conditions for students from underprivileged communities. Let's have a look.
We're very happy this afternoon to have spent the afternoon at the groundbreaking ceremony for Vuta Primary and Secondary School upgrades. We're putting in a 51 million shilling investment in this school to upgrade the primary school by making sure it has the right facilities from a kitchen to school to a library to a science lab, and making sure that the children also have facilities to play. And then in the secondary school side, doing the same thing as well, ensuring that they have a library, there's a resource center, fully integrated resource center. The teachers and the administration have a block where they can manage the students. So I think this is part of our Citizens of the Future program. As Mpesa Foundation, we have so far spent over the last few years over 3 billion shillings looking and building infrastructure for schools in all 47 counties. And so far with that money, we have been able to touch over 2 million learners. And what our belief is, we need to give every single student a chance in this country. These are our citizens of the future. So what we do is when we go to any county and we see a very needy facility, very needy school, we chip in, come in and make sure we can upgrade that school and that facility so that we make sure we can make the dreams of these future students come to life. The number of schools that we have invested in, we have an approval so far of about 350 schools, which we're working on. And of course, in every county, what we're looking to do is also put in a TVET for each county.
And that's all we had for this edition of Catholic Focus. Thank you for watching. Maureen Kimani, the signed language interpreter, has been at Charity Ngema. Until next time, stay informed with Capuchin TV, and may God bless you. We now leave you with today's reflection from the Saint of the Day.
Today, the church celebrates the memorial of Saint Monica. Saint Monica was born in 331 at Tagaste, modern-day Algeria, into a Christian family of some means. She married Patricius, a pagan landowner, with whom she had 3 children, Augustine, Navigius, and a daughter whose name is unknown. A woman of strong character and deep faith, Monica guided her family through prayer, example, and gentle persuasion. Her patience and perseverance led to her husband's conversion to Christianity, and after years of tears and prayer, to the conversion of her son Augustine, later Saint Augustine. Her greatest joy came in 387 when she witnessed Augustine's baptism by Saint Ambrose of Milan. Soon after, while preparing to return to North Africa with Augustine and companions, Monica fell ill and died in Ostia, where she was buried. Her remains were later transferred to the Basilica of St. Augustine in Rome, where they are still venerated. Saint Monica is remembered as a model of Christian motherhood, wise, patient, prayerful, and persistent in love. She is the patron saint of difficult marriages, homemakers, and mothers. Saint Monica, pray for us.
Keep watching Capuchin TV, your staunchly Catholic identity channel. You are watching Capuchin TV. For any complaints, comments, or compliments on our programming, you can either write to us on info@capuchintv.co.ke or you can call us directly on 0717 424 866. Your complaint shall be addressed within 7 days. Remember to keep a copy of your communication with us. Keep watching Capuchin TV, your Catholic identity.
Hospital. We put your heart at the center of everything we do. Our cardiac program is one of the most elaborate in the region, offering services for both children and adults. The specialist heart clinic is fully equipped to diagnose and treat a variety of cardiovascular and heart diseases.
We have specialized tests like echocardiogram, diagnostic catheterization. We also have support of the radiology department. We're able to do CT scans of the heart and of the lungs and pulmonary arteries, and all these help us come to get a diagnosis.
Our cardiology unit combines expert care with the latest technology to detect, treat, and prevent heart disease.
We'll remain true that indeed the patient matters to Mater Hospital.
Mater Misericordia Hospital. Excellence in care every step of the way.
Cancer is not the end. It's a fight you can win together. At St. Francis Community Hospital, our oncology wing offers expert screening, diagnosis, treatment, and compassionate care.
Our dedicated team are here to provide specialized cancer care from early detection, diagnosis, treatment, and support.
Early detection saves life. Don't wait. To book your cancer screening, visit us today or call
Together we fight cancer with hope and compassion.
St. Francis Community Hospital. We treat, God heals.
The Catholic Diocese Diocese of Murang'a in celebration of the Jubilee Year 2025 under the theme Pilgrims of Hope invites all Catholics residing in Nairobi from the diocese to a Holy Mass on 31st August this year at a Legion Resort off Kiambu Road. The Holy Mass will be presided over by Right Reverend James Maria Wainaina, Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Murang'a, starting at 10 a.m., guided by the theme Forgiveness, Restoration and Renewal in this Jubilee Year of Hope. For more information, visit www.catholicdioceseofmoranga.org.